Dad and his friends are total idiots. Like they can barely wipe their own butts. Listening to them will only make you dumber.
It's party time, baby.
Show number 2. It's Friday, the weekend before the weekend. Or would you say like the weekend is going to be like New Year's weekend? I would say weekend. The weekend is probably Christmas weekend. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair when Christmas falls on a weekend, though. I like a good Thursday Christmas Eve, Friday Christmas morning. And then you got Saturday, Sunday, especially when you're a kid, because like that's all the good cartoons are that Saturday.
It was all the good cartoons.
Yeah. Now it's all shit. Now
they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore. Which sucks. God, that was my favorite thing about when I was a kid.
I was talking to the kids about like Godzilla. So there's a movie called Kung Pao Enter the Fist. This is actually my favorite sexual story. Can I tell you this story?
I was gonna say, wait, hang on, this isn't normal.
So I was dating this girl named Meg, and we were dating for a pretty long time. And she was pretty artsy and cool, and I love all things funny. So I was at Blockbuster, and there was this really shitty. Every once in a while, on like previews on like Miramax, there'd be this fucking preview for this movie called Kung Pao Enter the Fist. And basically, this guy figured out how to, this is like before green screening, he figured out how to green screen himself into old like Japanese ninja movies. And also then he would shoot scenes that were relevant to his story and then repatch in the Japanese movies with his voiceovers. He did the voices of every bad person in it and also himself. So for some reason, I just started thinking about this. And I was like, I'm going to see if there's clips up on YouTube. So Kung Pao Enter the Fist is the name of this thing. It is so stupid. But hang on, I'll get a clip. So he does the voice for his girlfriend in this thing. It's so dumb, dude. It's like, but it's so funny. So like me and this girl are engaged in like having the whoopee, as they call it. And
remember that was part of the
Newlywed Game.
Newlywed Game.
Yeah.
They always talk about the whoopee.
Yeah. What's the weirdest place you made whoopee? I'm like, what? Whoopi Goldberg? I ain't make that bitch.
Made one of those whoopies in my toilet.
So like she's on top, and we're making sweet love, and this movie's on in the background, and there's this part where he's in this like underground fight, like China market type thing, and he's kung fuing with these people, and it's shitty sound effects and whatever, and then it pans to this dude just eating nuts, and then off camera you hear,
what?
Yes.
Like walnuts?
Like peanuts.
Pistachios, peanuts? Okay.
Peanuts, okay. Yeah. So off camera you hear, that's a lot of nuts. And we both started laughing hysterically. Like we both just stopped sex because this movie was so dumb and funny. So here's a clip from this movie. I'm going to buy it tomorrow and watch it. It's got to be on Amazon.
We do not own the rights to this clip.
Yes.
Facebook fuckers.
Yeah.
So I think we have to say that.
So this girl is from a movie in like Japan.
He looks like it.
He put himself green screened into these movies, and then he did all the voiceovers. So this is him pretending to be his girlfriend.
I want to help you, but I
It's the dumbest movie.
Absolutely gonna haunt my dreams now.
Dude, it is the funniest movie ever. So I totally forgot about it, and for some reason, I just was like, I
Probably came to you in one of your weird dreams.
it just popped in my head, dude, and it is the funniest fucking movie ever. It's so good. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I forgot what I was saying. But, no, because you went wee or something like that, and it reminded me of Kung Pao Under the Fist because like
That I did.
he tried to be very specific in the way that he like narrate or did their voices or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, but because they're Japanese, they kept moving their damn mouths. So like with this one, he was just like,
They always have more words than they need to.
yeah. And so my kids couldn't figure out, like, they're like, yeah, we've seen some movies, but like, why do they keep moving their mouths? I'm like, because it's a Japanese movie. They're speaking Japanese, and then Americans talk over it.
My favorite Japanese, Chinese, Korean show that was ever with the voiceovers with Americans was the Most Extreme Elimination.
Oh, yeah, that was a great
Holy
show.
fuck.
So funny.
First off, the show was amazing. I mean, even it was just in the Asian language, the Asiatic people. Hang on, reference.
Oriental rugs.
Yeah, they even how they would have said it because they were always laughing.
Yeah.
But with fucking Kenny Blankenship and Vic Romano.
Oh my God, can't go wrong. Yeah.
Holy shit. Dude, I died every episode. Well, also, those people were just getting fucking owned all the time.
Yeah. That was before CTE. I don't know if Asian people can get CTE, but holy fuck.
Weirdest movie I've ever seen. I was 14 years old. I was at the Soapbox Derby finals in somewhere in fucking Shitsville, Ohio. And I watched a movie called Reanimator.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's not, but that was the weirdest movie I think I've seen.
I'm not saying Kung Pao Under the Fist is the weirdest movie. I'm saying it is. You will laugh your dick off from the maybe 8 minutes in all the way to the end because it is just so absurd. It's like
I'll probably watch it on my computer here after we're done with this because
it's like South Park. The animation is so shitty
that it's good.
That it's great.
Yeah.
This is like the work. And again, we're so like green screen now, dude. Every movie is filmed in green screen now. This guy figured out how to do that in like 2001 or some shit, and he made his own movie.
Like I told you today, I wanted to do a little video promo before tonight because I've been fucking angry. I wanted to get some shit out, and I wanted to piss people off, and I really don't care, like fucking feelings and everything. And I'm like, how do these people do these reels where they talk this way, and then themselves is wearing a wig and they talk the other way? So how does that work? So I clicked on reels and create a reel. I'm like, boom. And then there's effects. And I saw a green screen. But I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And I'm not going to fucking waste my time. Maybe someday I'll have you walk me through one. And we talked about this. We need to do a couple things that, might get like 30 people to watch would be kind of cool instead of 4.
Why not?
Whatever. But, yeah.
Well, we had 10, and then somebody had to dip out of the conversation. Dude, I'm trying to find this. There's this one dude. I know. There's this one dude. I think I sent it to Miles. He puts himself inside. He does like what the fuck is it? Yeah, his name is Semi Stupid on Instagram, and he basically will do like. I'm already laughing. He'll do. Himself inside of like what's that? Yellowstone or something like that.
Show I've never watched.
I haven't watched it either, but I heard it's good. But hang on, let me see if I can do this. So this is him, and he's like fake acting inside of a scene of this.
Oh, thank you. It's good milk.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I'm leaving Yellowstone.
You should have thought of that before you took the brand.
I took the brand because I thought I'd only be doing HJs, man. I've been doing a bunch of butt stuff. 2 of the guys gave me a dirty Sanchez this morning before I even had breakfast. All right? I thought it was HJs only, man. I trusted you.
Trust you to do what we ask, Walker.
That wasn't the deal, Rip. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's very pretty here. But I can't be doing 6 Blumpkins before I even had my breakfast, man.
I'm sure glad you think it's pretty here. Because your chance to leave this place has passed you by.
Come on, man. Rip.
See you in the morning.
You want a Blumpkin in the morning too? Please, no, Rip. Rip. God.
He does ones where he like walks through the bus of Forrest Gump, and he's like, they're all like seats take, and he's like, "Fuck you, kid!" He starts screaming at all the kids. He's like, "Kids are so fucking stupid." Good.
Why are we on this train? I wish I had more time.
Yeah.
Because when I'm up, you're working. When you're done with work, I'm going to bed to go to work.
Sure.
I would love to be able to do shit like this because I think we'd be fucking awesome at it. And by awesome, I mean it would be so bad it would be good. Because we could come up with stupid shit like this. We both know how our fucking brains work. Our text thread alone has us on the FBI watch list.
Yeah, that's going to have to... That's the box mark Cleveland.
It's Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Fucking idiot.
He was in Ohio, so I don't know. What do I know? I don't know if I'd ever be the person that, like, if you see a video and it's a person doing a video and then it's the person filming themselves watching the video. I don't know if I'd ever be that person. I don't want to be that person. That to me is like a little like they're silent, but they're like, that kind of shit. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time for that.
Like I said, I don't do Instagram much, but it's like again on Instagram I follow. I don't know why I'm even following my friends because they followed me. I follow them because whatever they post on Instagram is either on their Facebook and Twitter. So I've seen it 4 fucking times.
Yeah. Right.
So, and then I follow some DJ shit and some sports athletes and news outlets and just a bunch of shit. Not very many because I don't really understand Instagram. But I scroll through my news feed or my feed or whatever the fuck that thing's called.
Yeah.
And there's all of a sudden I end up with this weird fucking page where this lady owns a puma. It's like a fucking cat.
Yeah.
This puma is the best friends with her fucking dog. She's got like a Rottweiler. And this puma is a wild fucking animal. Claws like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all walking in the woods. Here's this pit bull not pit bull, Rottweiler walking through the fucking snow. This puma is in the fucking tree waiting for it.
Fuck.
It walks through. It jumps. You see claws. Just as it gets to the dog, the claws retract. It grabs the dog, rolls it through the snow.
They're like
they
play
wrestle,
fighting. Yeah.
And they're fucking having the greatest time ever.
Yeah.
Now I have to follow this, right? I gotta see how this ends. How the fuck did you get a puma? And why is it so cool with your fucking Rottweiler? This is a wild animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
This thing will eat you in your sleep at some point, right? I don't get it.
Some people are just cooler,
I'm scrolling through, and then there's a girl twerking.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. She's hot. She's twerking. Within 12 seconds, I can tell you this girl does not have a 9-to-5 job.
No.
I click on her profile. 150,000 followers. You know what she does? She twerks, creates this content, and makes more money than I could ever dream of.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't even speak in her own language. She does voiceovers. the lyrics of a song or a movie's playing, and she's just fucking Milli Vanilli it right along with it. And people are like, fuck, I'll give you $10, bitch.
Yep.
I'm like, but we don't see boobs. We don't see anything. It's fucking Instagram. I'm like, what in the fuck? Is this where we're at today? I watched a video the other day. Somebody was talking about 20 years ago, the top fucking job that people, was it you that sent it to me? But the people, or Ortez? I think it was you sent it to me about TikTok. that in China it's so fucking compressed.
Oh yeah. Yep.
People want to be astronauts.
Yep.
In the rest of the world, I want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
China's really smart because China sits down.
They
and
are
goes,
and they're not.
How are
they
they
are
not?
and they're not.
Tell me how they're not smart.
Look at the COVID bullshit they're doing. You got to have a fucking green QR card on your or code on your phone to move about in public. That's not smart, dude.
China's government is very smart. They have their people following this shit. Like they're just getting their fucking like a thumb pushed in their goddamn forehead. They follow it or they get destroyed. China's job as a government is to take over the world. And they're doing it.
Well, they're going to
they use slave. This is so genius.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
And this started in the fucking 70s or whatever. They use slave labor, which I'm not for, nobody else is, whatever, shut the fuck up, to get us to turn our factories off. So then we buy all the shit from them. So then we become reliant on them. Then they change the tariffs so they can send their products back to us with no tariffs. But if we send anything to them, we pay a big tariff on them. Anything that we invent, they reverse engineer. Any company that starts up in China that has any success whatsoever has immediate ties to the government, which is what TikTok is doing. They drive down the cost of labor so much that we can't even afford to bring the manufacturing back here.
Everybody's like, why don't we do this on U.S. soil? You can't compete with those fucking prices.
Yeah.
Why?
They say that they're part of the fucking no carbon emissions. So to be like
Beijing's under a fucking cloud of doom.
Yeah, but the whole idea is to be like down 80% by whatever 2032 or some shit. But they start counting the 80% down in 2024. So what does China do? They built like 17 more coal power plants. So you have all these assholes in America with their fucking iPhones. It's made from slave fucking labor and guess what also digs up the goddamn materials for your fucking stupid phones and your goddamn clothes? It's fucking diesel. That's what it is. It's coal powered. That's all it is. So everything that you buy, all you protesters, the fucking cardboard that you wrote the fucking your protesting messages on, the markers, all that shit was made by slaves in another country, and all they were doing is driving down the cost of manufacturing so we become consumers as a country. And we can't. And what's really fucked up is, like there's a cell phone company called Huawei. Okay? Wawa is an awesome store, by the way. If you ever go to
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Piggly Wiggly. And
Yeah.
Shit. Wawa.
So Huawei is a cell phone company. They make amazing cell phones, but they're outlawed in America because Huawei is owned partially by the Chinese government. Okay. So you heard recently that China is buying a bunch of farmland. Have you heard that?
I did. They are not just saying, hey, we'll give you X for your land. They're saying, give it to us for 3 cents or we're going to fucking blow up your whole family.
Well, and China's buying this in America too. So China is going and they're paying a heavy dollar, like a lot of money for farmland that's strategically close to where U.S. missile bases are.
Shocking. And nobody notices this, right?
Well, here's something that's a little bit more funny than that. So cell phone towers, Daryl. So Huawei cell phones are illegal. Guess what Huawei also makes? Cell phone towers. So what Huawei did was they went to, when everyone was making this push to go to 5G, they made Huawei.
Wait, wasn't 5G the one where we all had the microchip? If you got the Yes. You got the COVID shot. You got the microchip.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm my whole body 5G.
You went by the 5G tower and it transmitted all your information.
5G is actually Ortez and 4 of his friends walking down the street. Eyeballs.
5Gs.
Oh. So Huawei made this cell phone tower thing. So these guys they're independent contractors. They own towers, but they don't have the money to upgrade all the infrastructure. So Huawei made something that was basically a steal. They basically were giving it to them. Guess who the people is that they gave that to? People that were really close to where U.S. missile bases are. So Huawei cell phones are illegal, but the cell phone towers that are dangerously close to where American missiles are actually Huawei cell phone towers. So the Chinese government, in the event of an emergency, could turn those towers off and disrupt communication. They are the smartest country on the planet because they say it's 1000% us first. We don't give a flying fuck. Not us, the people, because they have slave labor.
The government.
Us, the government. Now, what I
want motherfuckers are making your iPhones, your Android phones, your fucking Nokia phones. They're making your fucking Nike sneakers for 4 cents a day.
Yeah.
And they think they're doing well.
So the iPhone factory has nets outside the window for when people try to kill themselves.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Now, like, and I don't think we'll ever get them. They have been fucking with that social credit score shit, which is really weird. Like, so the whole construct of this is like your digital person is also going to be mapped to what you have permissions to do. So let's say, for example, that you go on Facebook and everyone's saying the US is going to get here too, but I hope not. You go on Facebook and you say, our president sucks. Not Biden, not Trump, whatever. In 2024 or 2040, you go on Facebook and you say, our president sucks. Well, that
drone shows up outside your window.
Well, the social credit score, they might turn off your ability to use your debit card until you go delete it. So you can't get gas, you can't drive, you can't go to work, you can't do anything. You can't pay your bills.
What if you walk in and just pay cash? Oh, that's right. Cash is being obsolete.
They don't have cash. Yeah,
nobody has cash.
It's fake. It's like that's where, and I think one of the politicians, I don't know who it was. I'm sure it wasn't a certain party. They said, the only way to compete with China is to do what they're doing. Now that could have been manufacturing, cool, but they were talking about, like the social type of scoring system, which is like that's classism on a whole different thing. It's classism based on identity and philosophy versus classism based on like you were born rich, therefore you get all the permissions. So that shit scares me to death. But China also has they have a 60-year plan. The United States, our plans are maybe 4 months, and then they get blown up or stopped in Congress or whatever. And that happens for Democrats. It happens for Republicans. We're habitually arguing. Nothing ever gets done. And meanwhile, China just keeps building more shit. That's terrifying to me.
I don't do top politics and shit like this. But I've come to realize over the last handful of years that this two-party system is complete and utter fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like, you get into politics, and I think the whole gist is you start at the small local level, and you're like, you listen, I want to get in, and I want to help our town.
Sure.
I want to do the best we can for our town or our township or our county or whatever, and that's that. So you get in there, and you're like, all right, I'm going to fight for this, I'm going to fight for that. Hey, obviously, everybody makes campaign promises, and they never come true. At least most of them don't.
Sure.
But you hit on one or two, and all of a sudden, you're the guy. Hey,
sure.
We want this guy. And you stay there for a couple more years and you build up street cred or whatever it is. And now you're the fucking guy. You have promised, X, Y, and Z, but you've delivered on like 1.5, 2 of those things. Great. Everybody loves this shit. Now you decide to leave and go to the state level. And they're like, hey, man, this guy did such good things for whatever county and whatever. And you get there, it keeps going and going. And at some point, it's over.
Yep.
You get bought out. You don't care about the little guy. You don't care about any of that shit.
Oh yeah. Now it's about staying there and keep milking the tit or sucking off that tit.
That's when you sell your soul to the devil, to either the Democrats or the Republicans. At that point, you stop caring about people as a whole.
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
These people are like, I'm voting down the party line. No, motherfucker. Do what's right for the people.
Yeah.
Is this? I mean, yes, these bills get put into place, and I'm telling you, they sneak shit through the back door, and it's like, 75% of this is good, but 25% of it's bad. You can never get it 100%. You can't make everybody happy, but
you're never gonna win. Yeah.
This shit's got to go away. And that's what I alluded to earlier. I mean, we talked about this in another show, and I talked about it earlier, that at some point, these people coming into politics are being groomed like they were in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe even the 90s, that this is going to be your job. You were born into a Republican family, and we're all in politics and shit. These kids are going to be like, this is boring. I don't want to do this shit. They're going to move out. At some point, this has got to make a shift. And I know everybody's like, hey, you don't like your two choices? Vote third party. That's great. You want to vote third party? That vote right now, today, in 2022, 2023, it's a no vote. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I understand why you did it. I completely agree with it. You don't like Trump. You don't like Biden. This third party guy's trying to come up the ranks. And you're trying to give him votes and give him a voice and give him some clout. I get it 100%. The reason fucking mushmouth, fucking shit-brained, puddinhead Biden is our president is because all these people got their feelings hurt by Trump. They said, fuck Trump, I'm voting for this other guy. This other guy is not a good choice.
No.
If you're going to vote for Biden, vote for a third-party guy. Make it a race. Make it something. They didn't want to do this. Orange man bad. I know people were upset about the mean tweets, and some feelings got hurt. The economy was booming under Trump. 401ks through the fucking roof. Gas prices at the bottom. Unemployment dropping. Jobs everywhere. Things were good. Biden took office. How long did it take before the bottom fell out?
Like 6 months. Yeah.
Dude, that's generous.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Dude, I know fucking Adam Malice, he might be watching whatever. He's a big third party guy. He's a whatever. Yeah. Dude, I appreciate it. I understand it 100%. I give him shit for it all the time. But I get it. But at some point, we got to understand that this two-party system, right away. Now, it ain't going away for a while. But we got to find a way to make it go away.
How fucked up is it that out of like all the people that were available, right? 330 million people, right? So let's say that there's 160 million eligible people to run for president. Let's just say, hypothetically. Our top three choices were Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump. That is, I personally think
that should be a sign.
Well, this is the thing. I think Bill Burr said it before. You spend $70 million to get a job for $400,000 a year, right? If I can propose anything, I honestly think the president of the United States should make $1 billion a year tax-free.
Nope, not at all. You think fucking that retard in office should make $1 billion? He should make $1, and after 7 months, we should be able to vote his fucking dumbass out.
But he's already making $1 billion because he's got back end deals.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. When are we going to stop with this shit?
That's all politics is. So
we all know this. We're all aware of this, and the thing is, everybody's becoming aware of what's going on behind it. Just like in the fucking The Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain. Guess what? We're pulling the curtain back. So we're looking back there now. We know what's going on. Enough with your fucking bullshit.
I put up a post of what I believe to be a John Lennon quote. Like when I was, Yeah, when I was like in kindergarten or sixth grade or whatever, what my teacher had said, tell us what you want to be when you grow up, and I said happy, and she said, I don't think you understood the assignment, and I said, I don't think you understand life, like, which is a pretty John Lennon-y thing to say, right? So they flagged that, and they said something to the effect of,
half truth or false information.
Yeah. There's no discernible information that says that John Lennon actually said this, right? But they should flag every fucking time Joe Biden speaks because he's not saying anything. Like anytime that the press secretary goes and talks, she should get flagged because Joe Biden will say something, he'll say A, and she'll say, but he meant was B. That's what he meant. So he'll say this, she'll go on and say that. So like everyone waits for this girl to go to the podium to go, okay, that's what the party's actually saying. Because this dude, it's kind of nuts, man. It's, Trump broke a broken system.
My whole thing is like, I don't get into politics. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what a Republican or Democrat is. I don't know what the left wing, right wing is because I don't get involved with shit. Should I know a little bit? Probably. I probably should, but I don't give a fuck because they're all crooks.
Sure.
My whole thing with Trump getting in is he was not a career politician. Sure. He wasn't groomed for this since he was 8 years old. He's a fucking business guy, but he failed his business. Guess what? He came in. His whole fucking the presidential fucking run or whatever the platform he was on was to make America great again. He wants us to get back to being a superpower that we once were. Everybody was afraid of us. You came and fuck with the U.S., we're pushing that button. Boom, 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 boom. We're bombing the fuck out of you.
Right.
We are not taking any bullshit. Now, we're a third world country. And is that because of Biden? No, it's because of everybody since then. Now I'm getting to the point that I wanted to make. Now that we're talking about fucking douchebag Biden. Yeah. So, Adam made this post weeks ago, that Hunter Biden's laptop is not the fucking problem. Nobody cares about that.
Okay.
Fine. He also said in that same post, the suppression of that information is the problem.
Yep.
Both of those statements can be correct. Suppression for one, 100% was a thing. Elon Musk blew the top off that.
Yeah.
Number two, if Donald Trump Jr. was on a video weighing 20.7 grams of crack, making a deal with a hooker, how quick would he be in jail?
Yeah, or at least it'd still be on the newspapers, from 2 years ago.
Now,
it'd be on the front
let's
page
go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to Clinton when he was president. Hillary was his daughter, correct? Right?
Mm-hmm.
She was in the news a lot. She wanted to go to college. She did this. She did that. Talked about Hillary. After Clinton was Obama, correct?
Yes.
He had two daughters, Sasha and
Clinton's daughter was somebody else, though. Hold on, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, go ahead. I get your point.
No, she was. That was what did I say her name was.
Hillary. But
no,
it wasn't Hillary.
Not Hillary. Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah.
My bad. Did I say Hillary? That's his fucking melted candle wife. Obama. Sasha and begins with that fucking
Barron and Cohen.
Not fucking Borat. Sasha and Malia.
There you go.
Okay. His two daughters wanted to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about them all the time. How are they doing? They're going to college. I want them, to live a normal life, blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
Trump gets in the office. Talk about his kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
Also, the hottest first lady we've had.
More of a Manassas fan, but that's cool.
those 3 fucking presidents, they have spoken about their children.
Yeah.
They're in the public eye all the time. Fuckface Biden's been in for 2 years now.
God, it feels
Right?
like 10. It feels like 10.
It feels like forever this fucking retard has been fucking trying to ruin this country. What do we hear about his kid?
0.
No, we hear about it, but guess what? It gets fucking swept under the rug.
Yeah.
Honestly, if what is going on with his kid happened to any of the 3 presidents before him,
Oh yeah.
This would be a fucking huge deal. Why is it not a big deal? Why?
I mean, I think
Thanks, Kristen, for catching me on that. I'm in a rage right now.
I think the Twitter stuff is pretty eye-opening, because if the government can go to Twitter, right? The government can go to newspapers. The government can go to everybody else. I mean, it's a really scary situation when, you know, you try to. I feel bad for people that don't look at both sides. And I'm probably guilty of looking at things a little bit more like 70-30. I used to be 40-60, but I've come back pretty far in a different direction. But it is kind of scary that, you know, the places that you go to get information, even Fox, even, you know, whoever, even let's say CNN, whoever, right? Your local newspaper, everything is towing a party line. The scariest thing that I've ever seen, or I've seen recently, has been those like newspapers that are owned, or the news channels that are owned, and they're all like kind of like one media group. But it's like, so it's like News Channel 12, News Channel 12, whatever. And it's the same promo, same everything. And you hear the people reading and saying the same thing. So
Can you imagine
that's scary
right now at 2022, 2023, going for a job interview, and you go to college, you want to be on the news. You want to be an anchor,
yeah.
Or you want to have your niche, you know, a little spot on the news, whatever they do. Because I haven't watched the news since I lived at my parents' house 22 years ago.
Yeah, same.
I just don't.
That's scary.
You know, I hear about this shit on social media, and that's it. I don't watch the news, for a lot of reasons right now. But imagine going for that interview, and they are fucking conditioning you right then and there.
Yeah.
If you take this job, you have no choice but to report this.
Yeah, you're Ron Burgundy.
Believe it or not. Yeah, you're reading off that teleprompter. That's your life.
That's scary.
And these people, and you look at the news these days, these kids are all 24, 25. The old fucking people are dying off and they're done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the old people like that used to read the news and believed in it, and they're like, I'm not fucking saying that because I don't believe in it. Now you have to fucking follow that leftist or rightist or liberal agenda that news station is pushing. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
You can't believe anything. I mean, you remember this? Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
You're having dinner, you sit around, you fucking put on channel 2, the news comes on. All that shit happened. Now, fuck if I believe any of this stuff. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think anymore.
Right.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I think somebody said a long time ago, like the news jumped the shark the second that they broke for commercial before the weather. Because like the weather is like the most watched, or used to be the most watched segment before we had fucking shit in our phones. But like when they would break for commercial before the weather, they were selling commercial spots before the weather.
Yeah.
You know, so
that was the thing, is people watch the news to see like what happened in sports.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if there was something major that happened.
Or report on an event,
you found this shit out a day late.
Yeah.
You know?
The opinion-based stuff is just crazy.
Most of the people watch the fucking news to see the weather. And at 6:22, you are sitting there and they're like, oh, up next, the forecast for the next 4 days. Boom! 2 minutes and 32 seconds of commercials.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah. Here's we're gonna get to school closings, but hold on, just a word from our sponsor. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. The only good thing about the news is parents question where the kids. Yeah. It's 11 o'clock. You know yeah.
I mean, back then though, you didn't worry about where your kids were at 11 o'clock. We were all home by 9.
Oh yeah, streetlights.
Streetlights on. bell
Home.
ringing, parent calling your friend up the street saying, yo, are my kids there? Is everybody there? Yes, they're getting on their bikes. They should be home in 5 minutes. You know? Boom. That's that. If they're not home in 5 minutes, call me back. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I really...
Nobody waited until 11 o'clock. Fuck, if we were out till 11 o'clock, we had our ass kicked.
That shit goes, like, media influence goes back pretty far, though. Like, I forgot who the guy was. He owned a lot of paper mills, and he owned a lot of newspapers. And when they were trying to get, I think Rogan talks about it a lot, but like somebody invented something called a decorticator, which basically allowed the processing. It's basically the cotton gin, but for hemp. So it could de-seed hemp, which made it hemp grows back faster. It's better for the environment.
Yeah.
It's more durable. It can be used for a lot of things, but it was really going to go after the paper industry. And this guy owned a lot of paper mills, not hemp processing mills. So that's when that like a big thing in the 60s came out about marijuana. Marijuana is actually like a racist term for something Mexican. They changed the name of it. So like how you influence the media has been going on since the beginning of our country, actually. Like the people that spied for Washington changed headlines or used certain code words in headlines to tell people in unoccupied British cities or New York City, or sorry, American cities, like what was happening, what the British people were saying. Like, so, but it's just on such a weird grand scale right now. And it's pretty sick to think that, you know, social media in a free country where you're allowed to say free things, that's being suppressed.
Allegedly.
And people that weren't violating any terms were getting kind of censored for that, or shadow banned. To me is actually worse than being censored. At least if you're censored, you go, okay, show me where I fucked up and I'll change it. Like, you know, Facebook doesn't even do that.
Simple things. Just show me. Just say that.
Yeah. We were this last show we did, people were commenting stuff like Ortez said white people. He got hidden. Like we couldn't see the comment until after. I think Phil, you said something. It got hidden because you said, "What's up, you two dolts?"
Friggin'.
Yeah. Oh, friggin'. Yeah. Didn't swear. Didn't use any like language that I think is outside of the realm of what Facebook deems okay. And it was flagged. We couldn't see it. It's just, you know, you can't nerf the world. What you should do is build tough people. And again, if someone's being egregious or like shitty on purpose or violent or inciting violence and stuff like that, that's totally different than being able to say, "What's up, frigging dolts?" in a Facebook, you know, podcast chat. I mean, why, when I'm 43 years old. Yeah, dude, it was, I swear to God, it was.
Yo, Phil, so after this show, the first show ended, me and Baum were talking off air and whatever, and he's like, we were bullshitting about something that happened earlier, and he was trying to upload the last show and whatever. He's like, I got like 2 minutes left. So we were just bullshit. And I happened to go back in I got the feed going on my phone so I can see the comments if they don't show up on the TV screen. So I'm like going down through there because there was something funny that got said and I wanted to give it a like or whatever. And Phil Potter, this comment is hidden because it contains sensitive or whatever thing. And I click on it and it says, "What's up, you friggin' dolts?"
Yeah, hidden.
You had probably 4 comments that got hidden. You were definitely the leader. Kristen, you had 1. And
Yeah.
Ortez was, I'm like, what do you mean by y'all? He's like, white people. Hidden.
Yeah.
Why is that hidden?
Yeah.
Why? He never said fuck white people.
Sure.
None of that shit happened. None of those.
And he does. He's married to a white.
Comments. Yeah, he's married to a white. Is she a ginger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's like
even better.
the whitest.
Yeah.
It's like marrying powder.
But powder. But none of those comments were offensive in the least.
No.
Not even close. And it's like, Phil, it's not like you said, "What's up, you fucking dolts?" You said friggin'.
Yeah.
You spelled it out.
Yeah.
Friggin' with G's. And they flagged it for sensitive comment. This is why I want off Facebook so fucking bad. If we can do this on another platform,
We can.
I'm for it. Please, Chris. This is the one thing that I ask of you as executive producer of this shitty fucking podcast. Get us somewhere off of Facebook.
We can.
Please.
It's just we won't get that many people watching and commenting. But like
here's the whole thing. And I talked to you about this on the phone earlier. This is a podcast. This is meant for people to listen while they're driving or at home or while they're at work. This is a live show.
More people listen to us on the download side than they do on the Facebook side.
This is great that we can interact with our friends, mostly my friends.
Yeah.
They're here and they talk shit on me and we love it. It is great. But I'll tell you one thing. If we said we're specifically going to YouTube or Twitch, these motherfuckers are going to sign up and get an account and they're going to come do the same thing on Friday nights with us.
Yeah.
Fuck Facebook. Fuck the shadow banning. Fuck all these goddamn suppressive comments for nothing.
On YouTube, you can have it on your TV and you can just watch it like live like that. You can watch like a fucking TV show.
Dopey was watching on his fucking giant TV in the living room. He's like, I got to catch up on the show. Yeah. And Ashley's like, I thought we were going to have sex. He's like, no, I got to watch the dudes. I'm like, what's he's got a picture of himself with his legs up in the air with a beer in his hand and us on his big screen TV in the living room. I'm like, why are you doing this, dude?
Yeah.
He's like, I wanted to catch the reviews on the beers. I'm like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah, I got to put those up. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it sucks. I mean,
okay, Chris, and I'll just text you. You suck. She sent me a fucking what is that thing called? Hang on, flow chart.
Oh.
About how we tell normal stories.
Yeah.
I can't read it because it's all small letters and I have my context in, but I will read this afterwards. I even laughed because I'm like, I know it's fucking funny.
It's probably spot on too. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. The whole
we were 14 seconds into this show and immediately on a tangent.
Yeah. Kung Pao into the Fist. It's a great movie. Watch it.
I mean, if we're talking about politics real quick, and I want to finish up with this.
Sure.
Our fucking fearless leader right now. We all like sports. We've all seen our favorite teams do stupid shit. Joe Biden made the worst trade in the history of every fucking trade there has ever been. This is worse than the Babe Ruth trade. This is worse than the fucking Charlotte Bobcats trade in '96 when they essentially traded fucking Kobe.
Yeah.
Here we are. And now this dude bitch is like, I'm so thankful. I can't wait to resume. I'll tell you one thing. This is sickening. Is that when she takes the floor for, I think, the Phoenix Mercury or whatever, the first time she steps on the floor, people are going to stand up and cheer.
I don't know, man. I think people are going to go to boo. I really do.
No, they ain't, dude. They ain't. I'll tell you one thing. She gets more fucking cheers for being a hero than she will boos.
When you have like a legit hero stuck in
I will
the
put money
gulag,
on it. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have my wallet on me, but I'll put money on it that says she gets cheered more than booed.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's sad to me.
Yeah. Wait till she fucking kneels.
Yeah. Honestly,
that should be a bet on DraftKings and Caesars and all those fucking things. When her first game is, when the national anthem gets played, does she stand up and put her hand over her heart finally, or is she going to kneel? If she kneels, they need to throw gas on her when she walks out that arena.
But again, like I don't think that people understand. I don't think people understand how like socially inept they are. Like Nicolas Cage can't understand how ridiculous he is. But then he did that movie about how Nicolas Cage is so ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think she's that socially aware to know not to kneel.
Oh, she's gonna. I actually.
That's what I'm saying. I think she will simply because she's so socially unaware of. I mean, how can you be an administration that's trying to ban guns and even ban guns for responsible gun owners and then trade that lady for someone.
Use that term very loosely.
I trade that lady for someone that doles out guns extremely irresponsibly and also has American blood on his hands. I just don't get that. I don't get that. How do you have the White House in a rainbow flag, and then the last 2 deals you made are with Africa, who literally kill homosexuals, and Saudi Arabia, where it's Sharia law and being gay is also illegal and you get killed?
Yeah.
So how can you be the party of fucking compassion for the homosexual community, which we both are, because we both fuck dudes?
We don't.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I have numerous gay friends, and I'm all for that.
How can you be all about that life and then because it's all fake? It's
virtue signaling.
Yeah, for some reason, like people, and this isn't a politics problem. This is a people problem.
100%.
People want you to lie to their face. That's what they want. Just lie to my face, man.
Sell it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He doesn't even sell it. Oh yeah. Gay people, the gays, whatever. Then he flies to Africa and makes a deal where it's illegal to be gay. He talks about how human rights and we got to make the streets better here and whatever, and no person gonna go hungry. Right. And then he goes to China and makes a deal when it's slave labor. Like I just don't get it. Like it's like people are just just lie to me.
Sold the whole fucking premise of we're gonna fucking rescind all your fucking college debt.
Sure.
You go to college.
That's a rope-a-dope right there.
It's a burden, whatever. And you guess what? We're gonna wipe all your debt clean.
Sure.
Vote for me, and that's gonna happen. Got that vote. This whole deal with Brittany Griner is pandering to 2 classes: black people, gay people. That's where those votes are coming in right now. Look what he did. He brought her back. He cares about the blacks. He cares about the gays. Great. They're going to vote for him. Just like they voted for him because they hated Trump. They didn't know a fuck about Biden. They didn't know shit about him. I mean, Jesus Christ. All you had to do was go back and look at the fucking memes that were fucking made with Obama and Biden. Yeah. They painted him as fucking the stupidest. Fuck was his name in fucking Tropic Thunder? Happy Jack? No.
Yeah, Simple Jack.
Simple Jack. Yeah. That was him.
Yeah.
You got fucking played.
It was funny how stupid he was. And now they're like, I can't believe he's this stupid. It's like, yeah.
You were told about this for 4 fucking years during the
8 years.
Obama administration. You knew this.
Yeah.
But Orange Man bad. Because he hurt feelings. Again, what I write on my board, fuck your feelings. I don't care about your feelings. Your feelings are not going to dictate how I live my fucking life.
Yeah. It's
you, because you're a gay person. You think that Trump gets in office. My vote for Trump is going to put a bullet in your head. That's what you guys were saying before. Yeah. Wrong. I don't fucking want Joe Biden in there because he's fucking retarded. I'm going to vote for Trump because he's trying to do all this good shit. But he's going to kill the gays. What gays have been killed when fucking Trump was in prison? None. Yeah. Done. Overreaction by you fucking people. Just stop.
Yeah.
Think. Use your fucking head at some point.
Well, for some reason.
Joe Biden got the most votes in U.S. history. Allegedly.
I don't buy it.
Because you guys hated one person. If that was the case, this is good. That should continue right on. I don't know who's going to run in 24. I don't. Biden can't run. He is fucking inept.
No,
he is old as fuck. There's his own people are saying he probably shouldn't run.
When's the last time Kamala Harris has said anything either?
What the fuck is that?
She is swept under the rug. So the other thing too to think about is
God damn it, why are we still talking about this?
We have one of the most technological backbones in our country. Obviously, we can't compete with China or probably Japan or probably the Middle East, and probably Russia. But like all the other ones, we're better than. And we can't use things like blockchain or whatever to verify like mail-in stuff. Like if there was a non-fuckery way to determine that every mail-in vote was actually perfectly right, if there's a way to do that, why don't we invent that way? Why doesn't the government invent that? Because there's a way. The technology exists.
It does.
And
We
they
don't wanna use it.
why wouldn't they do that though? You know? Yeah. So I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it sucks, and it's a very divisive topic and stuff like that. And like
is.
the problem is that for some reason,
Common sense went out the fucking window.
yeah, but they also like they play it up like it's like the Bills and Patriots. It's not. It's like, to me, both parties are the same. The government is a fucking piece of shit that's robbing you blind.
Right.
It's just wrapped in a different wrapper. That's all it is.
Oh. Kristen just texted me. I'm like, who the fuck's texting me at midnight? It's Kristen. She goes, yeah, your comment goes against our community standards on violence and incitement. She's like, her comment was, I will cut a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say
No.
that. Yeah.
We should
That's the
develop
thing
our
about-
own code words where you have to like
Yes.
use a key. You're like,
we should come up. You and I need to have a what the fuck's that group meeting.
powwow.
There's a word. There's a new word for it for the fucking corporate world today. We should have one of those meetings together where if you're gonna say kick, it means
Yeah.
like boot. If you're gonna say cut,
Yeah.
it means scissor. And
Yeah.
those should be the code words for this podcast.
Yeah.
Where you're not gonna get those.
Yeah, we'll put out the how not to get banned from Facebook while commenting on our show.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's the thing too, is like, I can't wait for us to kick ass. Boom, flagged. I'm in jail
Yeah.
for 30 days. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the fucking robots that run this fucking site, this fucking
well-
shitty safe Facebook site, they cannot understand context.
I think it goes further than that too. So like what they know about you isn't just what you said, but you roll into a certain standard, right? So there's a sliding scale. The people that like certain pages and reshare certain photos that maybe toe party lines, they're here on the scale. The people that are like you and me, we're hanging on by our pinky toes on the edge of the cliff. So like if you shart, you get fucking banned for 60 days. So like I need to get like I advertise. I make money for Facebook. I used to make a lot of money for Facebook. Not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but a lot for fucking what my customers should be spending. And man, I'm trying to find any possible way that I can to not have them spend money on Facebook, because it's just like it's.
I honestly, you know me. Some days I just go fucking off the cuff. Now, after my third or fourth fucking, had a girl. Thank God you're back. Hopefully, they just deleted your comment and just left you.
Yeah.
You might be on probation, but right now I'm like, I have to stop and think. I mean, granted, I have to stop and think about shit that I said before because you would twist my words around, which was always funny. But now I got to think about what I say because how Facebook is going to fucking take it out of context.
Yeah. Yeah. That sucks.
No, it's like, one day I was like joking with my buddy. I'm like, I'm going to kick you in the balls the next time you see you. LOL. 30 days.
Yeah.
You threatened somebody. Are you did you not see? Can you not click on his profile? See that we are friends? Can you not see the ha ha ha? Can you not see the LOL? Can you not see the whole conversation that led up to?
Or why wouldn't you both be able to verify that that's an okay thing to say? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, on Twitter, you say that, boom, message pops up. Hey man, this might go against our standards. Would you like to edit your comment, or do you want to go forward with it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Guess what? Now I know that I'm.
It's not that important to say to go through all the bullshit to get back.
Backspace, edit, change my language, send, comments allowed, everybody moves on. I'm not banned. Facebook needs to implement that. We talked about this before. Fuck, I hate this fucking site. I hate it.
They won't. They're just cruising along, firing everybody now because they're losing money. Because they made it impossible to do anything. Dude, it's like in the early days of COVID. So I have a few clients that do like disinfectant services, so like if the flu season, for example, like I have a post, it still hasn't been approved yet. So they roll in, if somebody has the flu in your building, that person goes home, they send all the employees home. These guys go in, they clean everything, and they make it less likely for the flu or other viruses to spread. But during the height of COVID, it was about COVID-19 cleaning. So we made content like that. And I would go and try to market that, and they'd say, well, you can't really say that you do that. Well, if it's EPA verified, if it's got a 99.9999% efficacy, there it is.
That's a tough word to say, even when I'm sober. And I really hated seeing that word used all the time.
Yeah. Sober. So it's got a 99.999 efficacy rate or whatever it is. So it has all these things. It was following EPA standard.
Hard C or a soft C?
Hard C. I don't know. And still, even though it was EPA verified and all this other shit, Bush, they still wouldn't let you do it. It's like, well, why do it then? Fuck it. Let's go back to advertising in the newspaper. You fucking dicks.
So actually, we started talking about this right away. I decided to take a preemptive piss.
Nice.
And it's snowing out.
Mm.
Welcome to December in Buffalo. So this weekend, between tonight and Sunday, original forecast was we were supposed to get 4 to 10 inches of snow. Sorry if I'm boring you.
Oh, you're good. Boring.
So it's Buffalo. That kind of snow is like a normal Tuesday.
Sure.
Right? You just go on with your life.
Crippling to most of the country, but Buffalo's whatever.
And now, apparently, that sort of snow is it's going to fuck with everything. The Bills game, oh my God,
How dare they?
Yeah. So all of a sudden today I hear it escalated. We may see 3 feet of snow.
Jesus Christ.
We may. Apparently that's the weather forecast. Whatever. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the Bills game, okay? And we're gonna talk a little bit about the Bills Mafia, which I will stand by this comment till the day I die. That the Bills Mafia, that was created by delusional fans years ago, is the worst fan base ever.
I disagree.
Also, the most uninformed fan base ever.
I disagree, but go ahead.
So I got a couple things about it. We all know I'm not a Bills fan, okay? And I'm not here to shit on the Bills. I'm here to shitting on the fans that are fucking uninformed.
I mean, every fan base is uninformed.
Dude, this one's over the top. You're part of it. I understand it. You have a certain way to feel about this because you're part of it. That's okay, dude. Here's the big thing. You know who Jerry Sullivan is?
Yes.
Who is he?
He's a columnist. He's been working for the Buffalo News, I believe, for 35 years.
He also had a contract with Channel 4, WIVB.
Okay.
And he had a contract, I guess a big one, the Niagara Gazette, which I didn't even think was.
They can give out big contracts? Shit. What the fuck am I doing?
I thought he was like a B thing, like the free paper they fucking just throw in your mailbox.
Yeah.
So apparently he was on a podcast, and everybody's been on him. And here's why everybody's been on him. He asks questions of Bills players and coaches that are constructive criticism. He doesn't just throw softballs to these guys for answer to get their fucking sound bites. He comes around and says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And they don't like it. So he was on a podcast, and I don't know which podcast this was.
He has always been again, like, to get the views, you need the car crash, right? So like, he was always the guy that people would go read just to get pissed off at him.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. And he was always being that villain.
And I would say he was right 70% of the time. But when you live,
which is a journalist, that's all you need. That's a good percentage. That's a great percentage.
Yeah. But he's a shit stirrer for sure, Phildo. But at the same point, I didn't mean to star your thing. It wasn't that good of a comment. He's a shit stirrer for sure. But like, he also told it like it was. Like, the Bills.
And that's the thing that the Bills Mafia can't fucking stand. And here's the thing. So on this podcast,
I can be bipartisan, you fucking dick.
On this podcast, he came out and said the worst fans are women. They don't get critical journalism, which we just said. They're all wannabe cheerleaders. He got fired for saying that.
Yeah.
I showed you this quote, and I said he's not wrong.
No, I think he's right. And also, it's his opinion.
Listen, that's great. That's an opinion. And why are you getting fired over an opinion? Guess what? It's 2022. You cannot hurt anybody's feelings. But guess what? I don't care about your feelings. Fuck your feelings.
But also,
he's not wrong about saying that. I see it every fucking week during the Bills games. Women bitching about calls that are completely right, but they're saying they're wrong because they're too invested in the mafia. You ask most women that watch football, most likely the Bills or most likely their fucking favorite team, they can't tell you a proper pass interference call. They can't tell you if that guy was offsides. They can't tell you what a hands in the face call is. I'm sitting here every weekend watching college football. That whistle go, I see a flag, I'm watching the whole thing. I'm immediately fucking doing the motions. Chris is looking at me. She goes, "You need to be a ref." Like, that's great. I'm not getting every one of them right. I kind of know what's going on. But these women are too invested in their team and thinking they can do no wrong. But when they do wrong, they can't accept it. Fucking pass interference. The fucking DB is grabbing this guy's jersey and throwing him on the ground. Like, oh, he barely touched him. Fuck off.
The problem with pass interference is that the NFL doesn't even know how to call it. I get your example, but
that was again. It's an example.
Like, pass interference and holding are the two most subjective fucking thing, and the NBA's like that too. Like, the Bulls would know which the Bulls during their runs, and I'm a Bulls fan. There's a Jordan jersey right there. The Bulls during their runs would just so happen to get the crews that were very ticky-tacky on fouls. Not that Jordan didn't deserve it, but like,
we sit there and watching, it's like, everybody hates Buffalo. No, motherfucker, sometimes you're just wrong. Sometimes you fucking did do this.
Well,
but moving on.
Yeah,
moving on. I mean, and I see it all the time. I'm like, I want to comment, but these girls are my friends. Yes, Kristen, you're fucking more in tune with sports. And I mean, my hockey team went out to a bar one night. Somebody's friend was there. This young girl. She was talking sports. I was talking sports. I was wearing my Michigan hat. She started getting on my shit about it. She went to Syracuse for sports journalism.
Okay.
This broad knew fucking ins and outs of parts of sports I never knew existed. I'm like, holy fuck, you're a unicorn. I love it. And I'm like, I love that women can talk sports. Most of them cannot. They can't. They're too ingrained in rooting for their team, want to be cheerleaders. Jerry Sullivan was not wrong when he made that comment. He wasn't wrong. But it angered the fucking mafia fan base, which is delusional at best.
He shouldn't have been fired for giving his opinion, first of all. I mean, period. Like, that's the shit that makes me more mad than... And Sullivan's a troll, but like 99% of the people that are on TV now that do this shit are trolls. I mean, like, Skip Bayless and fucking Shannon Sharp is the most unwatchable bullshit on the planet.
When they went at it last week, that was great. I loved every minute.
I never, like, I don't...
Jalen Rose fucking popped off on Skip, which was amazing.
Like Skip Bayless, Skip Bayless is a successful Jerry Sullivan.
Yeah. But then you got Sullivan the week before. Josh Allen's at the podium. He's like, yo, this offense doesn't look like it's capable of winning a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely 150% correct. This Bills offense the last 6 weeks is garbage. They ain't going anywhere in the playoffs with this offense the way it's at. Josh Allen's like, okay. Everybody's like, yeah, Josh, he's our man. He fucking put you in your place. No, wrong. Sullivan asked a great question. He made a great statement. Your offense is shit right now.
Yeah.
You look like shit. Josh Allen was in the MVP race because of the Bills Mafia.
No, that's not true. He's a really good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback. He's not an MVP by any means.
He's
dog shit for the last 6 weeks.
Who's the MVP?
MVP right now is between Mahomes and Hurts. End of story. That's a two-man race right now, and I don't know who it's going to be.
Allen has way more passing yards,
dude.
Than Hurts.
Hey, that's
Mahomes.
great.
Mahomes will win, if there's any truth to anything, Mahomes will win.
I'll send you something right now.
Sure.
Okay? I'm going to send you something that might hurt your feelings a little bit.
I'm
great,
good with it.
You don't have feelings, and
you wake up in the morning and look at your hammer looking for nails. I'm saying that the dude's been hurt for more than half the year. Allen got hurt. I mean, he just did. And I really think for Gabe Davis, something's going on with him. Their slot guy that they got to replace Cole Beasley, he's been hurt since week 2. You know what I mean?
We're just gonna just blame it, just injuries, and we're not gonna say that Allen. I mean, the Bills are number 2 in drop passes, right?
Yeah,
Beasley's gonna fix this. And here, this is a great segue because I want to talk about Beasley.
I think they're number 1 in drop passes.
I heard number 2. But
they're number 1 in drop passes, and that's not Allen's fault. You know what I mean? Like,
what is it though?
No.
So you're telling me every dropped pass is on the numbers? You're not telling me that. Have you watched the games?
Yeah,
Allen hasn't been
hurt.
sharp.
Yeah,
he hasn't been sharp. He's not going to be through the end of the year because he alluded to it in the press conference weeks ago or even last week. He's not 100%, and he won't be until the end of the year, which tells you there's a problem with his elbow that prevents him from being accurate. And dude, we've all seen it. We've all seen it over the last 3 years. The guy can throw lasers. He can throw absolute darts. They haven't been there the last 5-6 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So,
he's playing hurt, and that's great. It's
NFL's in week 11.
The Bills are winning games.
So hold on. Go back to your statement where you said he was in the MVP race because of the Bills Mafia. No, it was because he was lights out for the first 3.5 weeks. Then he got hurt, and that changed everything. So like
now he's not even close.
Like the Bills Mafia doesn't determine who the MVP is.
Dude,
so
come on.
Sometimes you go on a little tangent.
Worldwide. They're crazy. They're insane.
If that's the case, then
every fucking time they put up a poll on Twitter and everything, who should your MVP be?
That's not MVP. Sure, but that's not the
gotta
MVP.
Be Josh Allen. Dude, he's been playing like shit. Are you watching the same games I am?
By tomorrow, he will have. This is what's really fucked up. By probably tomorrow or the next game, and there's still a couple games left, I believe. Right? There's 4 games left.
4
or 5.
10-3. Yeah, 4 games. 4 games.
Okay. Probably by tomorrow, he'll have more yards than Kelly's best season.
That's great.
Isn't that fucked up?
First round.
No, they're not going to go out in the first round. But isn't that fucked up? Like,
yeah.
And
again, we're talking different eras. We can all talk about this. It's a different era.
I wonder how many passes per game Kelly threw, and how many passes per game. That'd be a fun stat to look up. It really
would be, because I actually think back in the day,
that run and shoot shit was 70% pass, man.
Yeah.
So, but like then again, like somebody said it today. I forgot who it was. It was somebody on NFL radio. It might have been Phil Simms, but he's like, listen, if you put Miami's offensive line against Bill's offensive line, Miami's had a better offensive line. I agree. If you put Miami's receivers against Bills receivers, they have better receivers. I agree. So he's like, everyone thinks the Bills are more talented. They're not. Bills have a guy that can carry 98% of the offense, and they can eke out these wins. But what happens if he goes down? If he goes down, they're a 3-win team.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Like you saw him try to do his fucking hurdle the other week against the Jets and got fucking blown up.
Yeah,
This close to never playing again this year. And then goes, what happened? Who's your backup?
I don't even know.
There you go. Nobody knows who the backup is. Nobody.
Case Keenum. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had to think about it.
Great.
Yeah. But
that's the thing is, like, everybody's talking about, they're talking about Allen, and I think like last week or the last 2 weeks, finally he was not the top rusher on the team.
Yeah.
You can't have your fucking QB1 be the number one rusher.
Yeah.
You can't. He needs to stand back there and throw. We all know Allen can fucking throw piss missiles. We've seen it. The dude is a great quarterback.
Yeah.
MVP this year? No. If I tell you one thing, if he didn't get hurt, could be a different story. Again, my buddy just made a great post this week. He goes, last year at this time, the Bills were 7-3.
Yeah.
Everything was cool. This year they're 10-3, and everybody's in a panic.
No, they were 7-6.
7-6, my bad.
Yeah.
14, yeah.
Yeah.
7-6.
Well, that's also kind of cool to see because, like, so for example, tomorrow if they win, or even if they don't win, I think the Chargers.
I'll tell you one thing though, and it goes back, and I have this date, and it's back on our podcast on March 26th. If the Bills lose tomorrow, you owe me $500. You actually owe me $500 now, because you said the Bills would go 2-0 against the Dolphins.
That first game was bullshit.
Yeah, okay. Here's why I'm rooting for the Dolphins. I don't like the Bills. And my father-in-law, who passed away, is a huge Dolphins fan. He didn't get to see that first win against the Bills. And that's why the Dolphins won, because he wanted them to win. He just passed away. It was great. So, but I'll settle for Acacia Bush Light.
We'll figure it out. I want to see if I can buy cans and then piss at them and then send them to you, because at least I'll get one. I'll get one good one.
I also have a bet with a friend who fucked up, sending me a text saying Bills are going to win by 20. I said, I'll take that bet. And then he's like, the Bills are going to win. I'm like, no, dude, you said 20. I can hear, circled it, and I sent it to him. He's like, all right, good enough. We bet lunch on it.
Lunch is lunch.
So we're going to get like 2 feet of snow tomorrow, and guess what? That game is going to be within 10 points. So free lunch.
Yeah, I mean, also the Bills. The last couple of weeks they've been able to run a little bit, but it's weird they can't run. So it's like, what do you do? Yeah, I don't know. But I do think
the Bills are a good football team. They're going to be good for a while.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I don't buy Tua, and I also don't buy Jalen Hurts.
Okay, that's fine.
Tua the last 3 weeks is really, he's come down a little bit off of his high horse. He was lighting it up, but also, but like Tua's. If you look at like Tua's highlights, he's getting the ball out, and there's Tyreek Hill has no one around him. You know what I mean? Like the windows for Tua were a little bit bigger.
Tua's got a different game plan. He's got Waddle and Hill running crossing routes where you just get it in their hands.
Gesicki
10, 15 yards, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Allen only has one shot.
Yeah.
It's Diggs on a go route.
And it's not like Diggs is especially faster than anybody either. Like he doesn't have half the speed of like Waddle or Hill. I would say he's at 80% if they're at 100, right? But so yeah, I think
I would love to see this game being in like a kind of a blizzard tomorrow.
It probably
and everybody thinking it's going to be straight run, and Miami just throwing the ball and just fucking everything.
I don't think I don't think when Tua was coming out, I was all on Herbert. I'm like, I think that guy's going to be the best quarterback of that draft. But he's again, like he's had his best players hurt. Like what at a certain point,
he was hurt. He missed 3 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, it's like, goddamn. But I don't know. I think the Bills are I think they'll win. I'm pretty sure they'll win. But fuck, man, you'd like to see like Singletary get 20 carries. I mean, he averages like 4.3 yards a carry, but he runs 5 times a game. It's like, oh, great. There's Singletary, 20 yards. Awesome. Great.
Because if you don't throw the ball at Diggs, he goes and cries in the coach's fucking arms.
Yeah. I think it's going to be – I think Cole Beasley coming back is going to be good.
All right, so let's talk about that. So I've made this comment on – and the thing is, I'm not in any Bills groups, but if one of my friends comments and they're in a Bills group, it shows up on my news feed.
Sure.
So that just sucks me right in. When was Beasley here? 2 years ago?
They released him
2 years ago because he went to Tampa Bay for a year.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So 2 years ago, in the middle of all this COVID shit.
Yeah.
Right? In order to play in New York State, you had a COVID shot. Right?
Or you had to follow some really bullshit protocol.
Yes. Which was just beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
Beasley's like, I'm not getting a shot.
Yeah.
The Mafia is like, you need to do what's best for the team and get that shot.
Yeah.
Beasley's like, no, I need to do what's best for me, and you can just fuck off.
Yeah.
So the Mafia, Beasley went back and forth on this. Beasley's like, I'm standing my fucking ground. I'm not getting it. Piss off. Well, Bills release him. For
they also
whatever reason,
they overpaid him.
Yeah.
And
whatever
Gabe Davis
reason it
came out
was.
of nowhere.
Yep.
But yeah, go ahead.
Whatever reason. No, Beasley's out of time. Guess what? Fuck Buffalo. Fuck you guys for trying to tell me how to live my life. Fuck all this shit.
Yeah, and he had a big problem with management
out.
too. Like management trying to like micromanage him and shit like that, or trying to get him to toe the company line. Like,
so there you have it. The whole Mafia, the whole fucking Bills management is like, well, I guess if you're not gonna fall in line, kick you to the curb. Cool. COVID goes away. He signs with fucking Tampa Bay, plays a year, retires. Here we are.
I think he retired like 4 games in. He was like, they're not playing me.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
End of 2022. Bills need a slot receiver in the worst way.
Yeah.
Hey, Beasley, you want to come play for us? You got any stupid restrictions? Nope. All right, I'll come back. The Mafia who shit on this fucking dude. Like, head to toe shit on him.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back.
I know. I've seen a lot of people complain.
Fuck you.
Like,
That fucking.
He was right.
Hey, we kind of left on bad terms. Yeah, you did, dude. And guess what, Beasley? You weren't wrong. You weren't wrong on shitting on Buffalo. You weren't wrong on shitting on the fans. You weren't wrong walking out of town going like this.
Yeah.
You weren't wrong. They fucked you up one side and down the other. They said bad things about you and your family because guess what? You wouldn't get that shot. You're not here for the Mafia. You're not here for the fucking team. Fuck you, dude. That's a personal decision to get that clot shot. He decided against it. Guess what? Here we are a year and a half later. We find out it's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth what. Yeah. Whoops. And here you fucking assholes are. Open arms. I've been on all these Bills pages and my friends.
I've seen a lot more people complaining that they picked him up. I'm like, first of all,
dude, it's a great pickup for you guys, but stop acting like you were in his corner. I can guarantee you, I can click on your profile and click and type in Beasley and see you shit on him. Then here you are saying, "Oh, welcome back, man. We missed you. So glad you're back." No, motherfuckers, you're not. Yeah. You're back because you think he's going to lead you to Super Bowl. The Bills are not going to Super Bowl.
From what he said,
ain't going. I got 50 on it.
He and maybe I misunderstood it in the thing, but he said that he contacted the Bills as well. Like it was kind of like a mutual interest. Yeah. But if I'm sitting at home and I'm him and I'm like, what's the one thing that's missing from last year? First of all, Isaiah McKenzie, for some reason, stopped figuring out how to catch a football.
Yeah, I just bought you a jersey, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna wear it tomorrow. So maybe he'll get some good hands.
Dude, you were so hammered.
Oh yeah.
When I hand you that.
Oh yeah.
I watched you open that box. I'm like, you're a fucking animal.
Yeah.
So here's a stain on it. That's his autograph, bro.
Oops. Yeah, it was a weekend that I don't really remember. That's why I've had one drink in a week.
You and I spent 3 hours together.
Yeah.
And that was just 3 hours in the same place, not even together.
Yeah.
We barely talked to Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Because you were just like, fuck my kids. And I'm like, I got to hang out with my kids.
Yeah.
And then we went to dinner, and you spent more time hanging out with my son than I did talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah. He's funny.
Brady's like, oh, Chris is cool. I'm like, don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so again, like
I'm sorry for all the saved Snapchat pictures in your phone.
Oh yeah.
Saved. I'm like, oh God.
I was going through them. Like they're all of Krista with like freckles and dog ears and shit. And like, yeah, the dick nose. And I'm like, all right, dude. Then he wrote on my hand. He's like, he grabs a pen. He writes F you. He's like, do you know what that means? I'm like, I know what that means. And your wife was like, you better not be doing that. I'm like, just write your name. He's like, okay. So it said Brady F you on my hand because I didn't shower that night. Got up, had to get the kids to get to Hertz house to watch the game the next day. Didn't shower that day. Didn't shower that night either. Got home, and then we woke up in the morning on Monday and drove home. So I had your son's writing on my hand for like 2.5 days. But
I was like, fuck. I was too busy talking to Haz and Elise and everything.
That was awesome.
We were talking to Brady. We're just going off. I'm like, whatever, man. He's laughing. Chris laughing. And there's drawings and there's fucking Snapchat pictures going all over the place.
It was funny. Yeah, but like, yeah, we were just Hurt and I were talking, and then we were drinking like some like 6% beer, and then
at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah. So I had like 4 6% like big ass beers, and I'm like,
I had one beer.
Oh, and then we get to dinner, had a couple drinks there, and then
you had 2 Coors Lights.
Yeah, and then I went out with my sisters that night. I think. Yeah. Yep. So then like we went out till like midnight or something like that. Got up, still hammered.
Fuck, I don't even know if I made it to midnight.
It was just like I remember the fun parts, but there's probably out of like, let's say the 36 hours I was awake in Buffalo, I don't remember 7 hours of that.
We walk into Dave and Buster's, and I'm like, I see you and Hurt. They're like, come over, get a beer. I'm like, all right, cool. Hang on a second. Krista took the kids down to activate their cards, and we all got cards. Mm-hmm. We just put more credits on shit. Like, again, we talked about this before. Like, I don't want to get left out. If everybody's getting fucking $60 put on a card, I need on my card.
Sure.
Like, granted, I'm not going to fucking use it because Brady's going crazy and whatever. I have the most fucking credits on my card and because I don't get to fucking use it.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't think I should be left out. They're like, oh, well, you got all those credits. Well, no, that's not how this works. If you're getting 60, well, I'm getting $60.
Sure.
So she put in all the 3 of them, and I just walked up with my card after I got that beer from you, and I walked downstairs, and she's like, what? I'm like, you're calling me up.
Fill me up.
Like, well, no. I'm like, no, yeah. Motherfucker, if you're doing everybody, you've got to do me. She's like, you don't use them. I'm like, I don't get a fucking chance to.
Yeah.
Me and Aub are usually shooting hoops or playing Connect 4 or doing some crazy shit. And I'm like, or playing air hockey.
Yeah.
And, you know, I pay for any of the big dollar amount card ones that are like anything over like 10 credits. I'm swiping with my card because I got a fucking million credits.
Yeah.
But Aub can just rip through $60 and no problem. Brady, same thing. All he wants to do is play Mario Kart, snowmobile game, the racing game. You get no tickets. But he just wants to race. He just wants to be first.
That's the most fun. To me, I'd rather just do that shit. Like the one where
it's great because I can do it like 2 times because I'm the one that has to press the gas pedal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awkward to stand there, hold your drink, and reach in with the opposite foot. And I just push it right to the floor, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good time.
But I'm like, I had a beer there. When I walked out and I got the message from your sister and everything, you're like, oh, we're at Otto's at 5 o'clock under my name, group of 16, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. So we go to leave, and you're at the bar, and you're like, we just got more drinks. And I'm like, Motherfucker, we're all hungry. My daughter's in pain because she's on crutches.
Right.
I'm like, I gotta go get my truck on the 5th fucking floor of the parking ramp, drive down here to pick her up so she ain't gotta walk. And we walk in, we go sit down, and then you walk in, and all these older people are having dinner, and you walk in, and I'm like, I just put my head down, I'm like, fuck, here we go. And you were so fucking obnoxious. Again, thank you for dinner. I mentioned that to you as we left. Thank you. That's the second or third time. I didn't understand what was going on with the old guy.
So
he stood up and he came over the table and he made an announcement. I'm like, what's up, man? Is this Vegas all over again?
Max is really into World War II. So the guy had a hat on. So Max walked up to the guy and said, were you in World War II? And the guy said, yes. So Max comes over to me and he's like, hey, that guy was in World War II. And I was like, well, go over to the table and say we'll buy his dinner. So he did that. And the guy came over to me and gave me $100. And I was like, don't give me $100 because I'll take the $100. I'm going to give it to Max. And then Max and I will walk around and we'll find like a busboy and we'll give him $100.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, you bought my dinner. I don't care what you do with the $100. I'm like,
okay,
cool. So then Max went and found a busboy and gave him the $100.
Because that was what was happening when we were getting them to leave. And I saw your sister and Sarah walk out. And I'm like, fuck, I thought they were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got her gift for her boyfriend. And I got your jersey, everything in the truck. I'm like, I got to catch her before she fucking leaves. So I was running outside. And she's like, you got to give me my jersey. I'm like, that's where I'm going. Hang on. And then as I'm walking out the door, I hear her and Sarah talking about, we're giving $100 to somebody. All right, cool. I'm like, I fucking ran out the door.
Right.
And I got your shit. And I came back and you guys had already did what you did.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, Becky, here's your gift for your boyfriend, whatever. You're good. And I handed you your Christmas present. And I was so mad you didn't even read what I wrote on the package. I wish I would have got a picture of it.
Oh, shit.
It said, Merry Christmas, fuckface.
Oh, no, I read that. Yeah.
You're just like, animal. You're like, and you pull it out, you're like, there's a stand on it. And you laugh. I'm like, see you, motherfucker.
Thank you. It's awesome. I actually have, so this thing fell, so the glass broke. So I want to go and take that. Ryan got me my college lacrosse jersey, so I'm going to get that framed. I want to take them down the street and get like 5 of them framed, and be able to hang them up. So Tracy gave me a Micah Hyde jersey. It's not signed, but it's like a legit Micah Hyde jersey. So, but thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, shit. Like, what the fuck is this box? This is my detergent. Dude, I got so much shit, and I have nowhere to fucking put it. I spent almost $2,000 on a fucking Tom Brady helmet. It's in a fucking, it's wrapped in a bag, in a bubble wrap bag, inside of a bubble wrap fucking container, inside of a box in my fucking bedroom.
Seems legit. Well, fuck it. Well, I'm going to go enjoy my new hot tub. So
I hope it leaks.
It probably will. That's my luck. But I'm going to get one good use out of it right now. Fuck it. So.
Yeah, there's 2 people watching, which is probably either me and Kristen or me and Adam or me and Phil, whatever. It's just whatever. One of them's me.
Well, thanks for enjoying our wonderful podcast.
Thanks for dealing with it's Kristen. What up, Kristen? Oh, yeah. So, again, fuck your feelings, and I hope your feelings didn't get hurt. If they did, I don't care.
Bills by 13. All right. We'll see you next week. Friday, we're going to do the
Christmas show.
Christmas Vacation watch-along
party. Are we going to watch Christmas Vacation again?
Yeah.
All right.
We can watch any Christmas movie you want, but like Christmas Vacation is kind of like
it is
the typical one.
We can watch that one. I'll set up the TV down here.
Cool. All right. I'll see you. I'll probably call you tomorrow just to bother you.
Yeah.
All right, bro.